Okay, recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Doug Montgomery. I am the CEO of a worldwide media consultancy called Global Connects. We try to make connections across the world and help bring people and content closer together. I'm also honored and privileged to be the curator and executive producer of the Taiwan Biennial Film Festival 2021. So I'm very excited to meet you all today. The TBFF, as we call it, is a celebration of Taiwanese culture and creativity, and we have a fantastic lineup this year. In 2021, we are having a hybrid film festival, and some of the highlights are our opening night, where we're going to screen live in Hollywood, Men in Love at the TCL Theater. And by the way, it looks like it's going to be a sellout, so we're quite excited about that. Other highlights are the always popular at film festivals shorts, and we will be speaking with all of you in a minute or so, and your experiences with your film and the shorts. And we also have some wonderful features and panels. So we hope that we have been able to find something for everybody. So how I'd like to start is we will go, actually, I will tell each director when to go. And then I would like to ask each of you to speak a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
好，刚才做了一点大概的影展的介绍，那接下来的话，他就可能会一个一个请每位导演跟大家简单自我介绍一下。
Okay, so we will start with Director Chen.
好，那先从指引导演开始。
Oh, hi, I'm the director of Melody's Melody. Yeah, and you can call me Phoebe also.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. And we have another Director Chen.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm Paul Yu Chen. I'm the director of And Again. I'm so honored to have my film to be screened in the festival.
All right, thank you. And then we will take Director Danchi.
Yeah, hello, and maybe hello everyone online. I'm the director of Monkey Mannequin, Danchi. Yeah.
Okay, and finally we have the director of Dear Brother. So please tell us about yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Vicky, and I'm director of Dear Brother. Nice to meet you. Thanks for inviting me to the festival.
No, it's my pleasure. You know, I wasn't expecting this, but we actually have 3 women directors. So this will be interesting. Anyway, actually, hopefully you have seen our notes. And what we did with this particular block of shorts, we called it about relationships. And when I was curating the shorts for the film festival in this group, I thought there were some strong things that related around relationships in each one of the shorts that I chose. So perhaps we'll start with Director Vicky, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about your short and how the theme of relationship is involved.
那接下来我们这次的短片单元的主题是关系，他觉得这几部片里面都有很深厚的关系跟浓厚的关系色彩。那接下来就请每位导演来跟大家分享一下，各位是怎么样在作品里面呈现关系。
我是从大家都很常见的手足的关系去发展，因为我认为讲亲子的关系其实已经很常见，可是我很少看到就是专门在讲兄弟姐妹的情谊，然后我也很少见到就是比如说大家可能会讲一些比较自己心底深处的想法，通常都是大家都倡导说要手足要和谐，大家要当好，就是要当好兄弟、好姐妹这样。可是我觉得有时候小朋友其实根本不懂这种概念，所以我就把我自己小时候的想法到长大的转变做成一个动画。
So in this film, I talk about siblings, and normally we talk about family or father and sons or mother and daughter's relationship. But I think that's when we talk about siblings relationship in Taiwan, I would mostly think that everyone can be in harmony, everyone can be in a good relationship. But I don't think that children actually understand what it means. So I try to just present the changes over the years between siblings, relationship and interactions between them.
Talking
muted. You're muted.
You're
You have to
muted.
turn on the microphone.
Sorry, Director Danchi, can you talk about relationships in your short?
Yeah, sure. 首先我觉得很谢谢策展人把短片放在了关系这个主题里面，就我很喜欢，因为有时候在影展你会被放在老人的这种范畴内，对。可是我自己一直很喜欢描绘生命中那一些很多你难以跟别人说出口分享的情感，然后这些情感其实只能够靠着自己跟自己的相处，就是来消化，可是也是我们最常忽略的。然后我们其实花很多时间去关照自己跟外在的关系，就像短片里面的主角，他是一个老阿公，他年轻的时候把人生都付出给了家庭，给了工作，结果老了之后，妻子过世了，身边什么人都没有，朋友也死了，他才发现自己没有跟自己好好的相处过，很少关心自己。那我身边有非常多这样子的老人家，所以这也是山仔当时最初的创作动机，就是在一个生命停止不前的片刻里面，人怎么跟自己相处呢？有点长，谢谢。
First of all, thank you for placing our shorts into this thing called relationship. Normally, my films in other festivals may be placed into the senior citizens category, so I think it's a better topic for me. This time, I talk about those relationships between me and myself. And actually, we have all these topics and all these talks talking about our relationship with external worlds and how you talk to yourself and each other. But sometimes there's some emotions in life that you are actually unspeakable. You cannot talk to other people and it may not be understandable to other people. So I think it's important that we should not overlook it and then try to find some time to talk to yourself and engage with yourself. So this time I have this character after working all his life, and after the family have left, now he's all by himself. And so finally, when we can take a pause in the life, how do we talk to ourselves and interact with ourselves?
Okay. Now, how about Director Feifei?
OK，美乐蒂它传递的其实就是一个是真是假的关系。然后它这个故事创作起源就是来自台湾非常贱的国际诈骗案件。因为在台湾，我们很常看到新闻里面有很多中年妇女，她们拿着一大笔钱到银行汇款，说要汇给异国情人，然后很常就被警察或者是银行人员就挡下来了。然后这个东西都会被变成新闻，然后大家网友都会一直骂说你怎么那么蠢啊，怎么会相信这段感情？就是他们骂真的很难听，然后我就很生气，我就在开始想说，如果这些新闻底下它其实是真的呢，我们会不会就是阻挡了一个真的情感的发生？对，然后我觉得这些新闻其实都蕴含着情感跟关系的，只是我们都没有深入的去研究，就是一味的嘲笑他们。然后我也开始在想，就是如果这些诈骗其实是真的呢，那会不会其实每个谎言都是有真实的情感存在，它才可以成立的？然后这个影片它描述的其实美乐蒂她其实知道她自己被骗，她还是选择继续爱，因为她很需要这段关系，因为这段关系呢，就是带给她乏味生活的希望也让美乐蒂发现她还是有爱人的能力。然后我自己觉得美乐蒂她选择相信查理，其实也是一个非常勇敢的，大致上这样。
So this film is talking about an ambiguous relationship. Is it true or is it lie? And what really happens? Actually, in Taiwan, we often see the news in Taiwan about these scams. That's you actually have this lovers far away, and you have these middle-aged women taking a lot of money trying to transfer it to the other side of the world, and they were blocked by the people in the bank or by police people. And when these news happens, actually there are a lot of trolls online. They will actually scam them, mock them, and then make fun of them. But I'm always thinking about what are underneath these lies. If they are really lies, or are they actually true story and true love? If they are true love, are we actually blocking the opportunity for them to have the romance relationship? And I think there's always authentic emotions underneath this lie, even though they're lies. So I think they're in this kind of false relationship or fake relationship. I think in the films, Melody still choose to believe because it gives her some kind of hope, and she realized that she still has some ability to love. So I think this is actually a very intimate and important issues that we could talk about. What are actually within this kind of scam, I would say.
Okay. All right. Sorry, excuse me. Director Po Yu, how about you?
So yeah, Pentagon is a film about mid-aged couple. They are experiencing the empty nest period after their children all leave the house. And my main character is a father who's not able to having a life with himself. He's always looking forward to to celebrate the holiday when the kid is back to home, but that won't happen because the kid is already going out. So like director Danchi just said, it's a story I want to portray. It's talking about the how a person try to figure out or find a new relationship with a very intimate person around him. So the main relationship between the father and the mother, the couple, I think my main theme of the film is about how they can rebuild the relationship, and that intimacy, they can find it back and find an opportunity to move on with each other and enjoy their time in life together. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So we have 4 directors here, and I'm guessing director Vicky has a brother. I'm guessing. However, the other 3 directors seem to have made their short from another person's perspective. So, for example, director Danchi made a joke about senior making movies from senior person's perspective. But that's interesting to me because, again, like I said, 3 of the 4 directors actually are doing something from a different person's perspective. So I would like to ask director Dan Chi, if she has some comment about that. Was it difficult? Was it easy? Or was it simply a challenge?
Yeah, OK，sorry Chinese 我觉得第一个确实是有一点点困难，因为当然年纪，我现在才30出头而已，但是在描绘一个我2倍生命经验的人，有时候很难想象，就是他们是怎么想这些事情的。可是因为三仔的创作动机，其实来自我身边的很多亲近的老人家，就是我的阿嬷啊，就是她就是一个很不爱出门，她觉得她就干脆跟外界都断了关系，自己好好就是孤独一个人就好的状态。所以一开始其实我很不了解她，我是在一个拍摄我阿嬷的纪录片的过程中，慢慢的累积起了对老人家的相处，然后把它放回到就是影片里面来，只是改了性别而已，这样子。Okay.
It was a little bit challenging at the beginnings because I'm only in my early 30s and I'm going to portray those characters who are like double the age of myself. So at the beginnings, it was difficult for me to think about how they would envision, so what is the thinking process. First, my motivation is because I have a lot of senior citizens around me. For example, my grandmother is like that. She's like actually quite isolated from the world, and she's always most of the time alone at home. So I didn't understand what she thinks in the beginnings until I started making a documentary about my grandma, and then starting to know how she thinks about the world and how she perceives things.
All right, thank you. By the way, when I watched the short, I totally understand those grumpy old men because I'm one.
Thank you.
But anyway, director Vicky, I have a sister, and I often argue and all those things with my sibling growing up. As I mentioned, the other directors kind of take a different person's perspective. How about you? Was Dear Brother made because it's very personal to you?
我讲中文好了。对他其实是我自己亲身的经验，所以我把它写出来的时候，很多人比较可以感受到，就是自己真的发生过这件事。大概是就是。
Yeah, it actually is quite autobiographical, and it's actually my own story. So I think when I portray that in the films, it's relatable to many people.
Do you have a better relationship with your brother now?
Yeah, I'm a good friend. We are a good friend now, and we can share anything like animation or movie. So I think we are pretty good now. So
Oh, okay. Next time we will interview him too. All right, Director Feifei, how about you? Your story is of an older lady. Again, different from yourself. How do you come up with that idea? Was it difficult to be in her shoes?
Yeah，一开始是蛮难想，就是比我年纪大那么多的妇女们在想什么，所以我有做蛮多填调的。我真的去找了那些被骗的人，然后还有一个网站，它是网络诈骗部落格，它就是有很多受害者嘛，他们会上去分享那个心得，被骗的心得，然后希望大家不要再被骗，然后他们会讲那些手法啊什么，然后我就会访问那个版主。然后我觉得有一个很有趣的现象，就是其实他们都学历蛮高的，或者是他们其实都很聪明，他们其实都知道自己可能是被骗，他们不是完全不知道，可是他们真的都愿意去赌一把，就对我而言，他们就是花钱买个快乐这样子。然后我自己就是刚好在写剧本的时候，IG 有遇到一个诈骗的美国大兵，他就来私讯我，然后我就跟他聊了一阵子，我就把我自己当成美乐蒂跟他聊，还揭穿他什么的，说你是骗子，然后他就生气，就是还是蛮有趣的一个过程，就是其实还就下了一点功夫，但我觉得这收获都蛮好的这样子。
It was also a bit difficult for me at the beginnings to put myself in their shoes. So I actually did a lot of field studies. I actually interviewed a few people who have been scammed before, and I also found out a website that people will go up there and then tell about their stories of being scammed and what kind of experiences, what kind of techniques they are using. And I noticed that quite a few of these people who were scammed are actually quite high educated. They actually had a sense of this is a scam, but they decided to take a risk. In some ways, I think they are actually spent money to find happiness. And during this production process, I also encountered a scammer myself. A quote unquote GI Joe contacted me, and then we started having conversations. I imagined myself as Melody, and then talked to him, and then even accuse him of being a scam. And the other guy, the scammer, actually got upset. So it was quite an interesting experience.
Okay, now I have a question. So when you found this scammer, was it by accident or you were looking for it to understand the story better to make your short?
Oh, by accident.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Who believes her? Who believes her? I don't. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, his name's John. And, yeah, and he said he needs money for his street son. And we talk about like which movie we like, and we share some interesting thing. But we only talk 3 days, and he asked money for me. Only 3 days, so I think it's too short to spend money.
Okay.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, when you watch your short, Melody to me has mixed feelings, right? She's not totally upset, and she's not
Yeah.
totally unhappy. She actually finds some happiness, even though she's being scammed, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think she chose to be scammed, and she loves Charlie also. So I think it's what I want to say in the story is that it's her decision to make this story happen. It's not she is not forced by Charlie. It's her choice. Yeah.
Yeah, to me that became clear with the scene in the bank. I mean, this is by then she knows, right? She knows, but
Yeah,
she
she always
wants to
knows.
she just wants to decide, right? That's the point.
Yeah.
It's my choice.
And she's rich, so she doesn't need to worry about money.
Yeah, please put her email in the chat.
Okay.
That's a joke. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have to better change that. Po Yu, how about you? In your short, you're talking kind of the perspective of the adults. We never see the child. How was that for you to be in somebody else's shoes?
Yeah, the story is also from my personal experience, and that's from I got the inspiration when I moved in the first year when I moved to US for study, and my brother was in Taiwan at that moment, and one day he told me that, okay, my parents were fighting and they were fighting quite a lot. But I was very helpless at that moment. I know they were stubborn in their relationship, and my mother is a little bit closer to me. But it's not easy to understand that how she feels, and she won't tell me directly. So what I can do is only guess and know more information from my brother. And I know that my father was a little bit bored in his life, and my mother was always busy. And I found that may be the main reason why they are fighting, and because one has no pinpoint for the life, and the other one has, so they are unbalanced. So that makes me want to make this movie to explore or to discover the relationship between the couple, and that's the starting point.
All right, thank you. Probably what the other directors don't know is when I saw Po Yu's short, actually I feel very deeply because I have a 14-year-old son, and during the last 2 years of COVID, he changed a lot, right? From 12 to 14 is a big change in life. And, somebody who's always chasing their father, daddy, 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 now not so much. So actually, I feel my life is becoming like the father in Po Yu's short. So I think I better do something about that. But anyway, what is nice about COVID is actually, quite frankly, I spend a lot more time with my wife. So we actually have a better relationship now. So anyway, somewhat interesting. So like I said, I wasn't expecting this, but we have 3 women directors, which is very nice. And, this year, we had a woman director win the Oscar, right? Director Zhao from Nomadland. So one of the themes of the Taiwan Biennial Film Festival is how we can mix the Taiwan creative community and Hollywood. This thought, I think, a couple years ago was maybe a little bigger of a dream, but so many things have changed in the last 2 years. Parasite won the Oscar. Like I mentioned, the director Zhao of Nomadland, she won an Oscar. Squid Game has happened. BTS is the most popular band in the world. Asian entertainment is now, I would argue, the hottest kind of entertainment in the world. So I'm curious how the people here feel about this. Is this an opportunity that is exciting for you? And I'll start with Director Danchi.
Yes, sure. 我自己看到，就是不管是寄生上流或什么，在美国的成功，我觉得都是很高兴的，因为以前其实多少会有一点，就是西方世界看亚洲的电影，好像里面应该要是比较落后一点点的文化，或是特色的文化，它才会被接纳或是被看见。可是，在现在全球化的过程中，已经不是这个样子了。那我相信台湾我们确实本身的文化是很有机会，也很特别。特别台湾其实是一个非常非常多元的地方。我们虽然很小，但是其实东西是很多的。那反而是台湾的电影工作者，我们自己怎么在创作的过程中去思考这个东西是既能够跟在地的观众沟通，但它也可以跟国际的观众沟通。我觉得这是我自己现在在做创作的时候会去思考的东西，并不是说什么东西票房会卖得比较好，而是当你在做就是影像沟通的时候，怎么样让自己的作品可以再走得更出去一些。对，
I was actually quite happy and excited when I see the success of Parasite and other Asian entertainment that you mentioned before. In the past, when we think about all these Asians or Asian contents portrayed by Western films. It could be stereotypes. It can be treated as exotic. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to think about how we can tell our stories. I think it's a great opportunity for Taiwan because even though we're in a small place, we actually have a diversity. We also have something very unique as well. So for creators like me, I'm thinking about how I can tell stories. They can stay local, but at the same time go global. For us, we may not be necessarily thinking about box office, but also try to think about how we can relate and connect with audience from different parts of the world. That's maybe another factor that I would start to think about in the future.
希望可以像韩国一样，就是大家看电影都想吃炸鸡。我觉得如果有一天台湾可以，那我会超感动的。
So now, for example, if you are watching Korean films or TV series, you immediately want to start to eat, want to have a plate of Korean fried chickens. I would be very happy if Taiwanese films or contents can have this kind of direct connections in the future.
It's funny you say that, but it's actually true. The research and data shows that, and I believe one of the online language studying programs shows that the Korean language went from something like number 20 to like number 2. It absolutely is true. Director Vicky, how about you? You feel there's more opportunity in the future than there used to be?
我是觉得，我也是很，其实我跟刚才那个导演的想法很类似，因为我也觉得很高兴说那个亚洲的电影有被看到，因为这样就代表他们就是外国可能会更关注于亚洲各个地区的不同的电影，或者是动画影集或者之类的东西，代表我们更有机会被世界各地看到。所以我是很希望，就是虽然是可能是透过韩国他们太出名，然后我们就跟着沾光，然后我们就被看见了。虽然是这样，但是我其实很希望还是能有机会让大家看到，因为比如说像我爸爸自己本身以前很讨厌韩国，可是看了这么多韩剧，这么多的电影，他就渐渐的对韩国改观，然后甚至想去那边旅游。我就想说，如果台湾之后也可以这样子做的话，搞不好很多外国人可以对台湾有改观，然后他们不想来，或是甚至更多认识一点这样。
I think Danchi just spoke for me as well. I think it's a great opportunities. Now, I think because of this interest and success of Asian entertainments, I hope more people will get to see the trivial differences between different parts of Asia, so we're not this be seen as a whole in the future. And I also hope that in the future, people will get to see more contents from Taiwan, even though it's because of a Korean content. It's always good to have more people starting to watch Taiwanese contents. For example, my father used to resent Korea, but after watching so many Korean films and television series, he is now more acceptable to Korean contents or Korean cultures, and even want to travel to Korea. So I hope that by watching more Taiwanese contents in the future, people will be interested in coming to Taiwan for a visit.
Okay, Director Po Yu, how about you?
Yeah, I'm also very happy that Korean film and Asian material can be seen and be accepted in the States. And I totally agree that Taiwanese film also has a lot of chance to be seen because our culture is so diverse, and our society is so lively, and we have the freedom in creating everything. So I think the responsibility will go back to us filmmakers, we need to create good things, and those material can attract people, attract audience, and also keep our own culture niche, I think. So the capital would accept the material from Taiwan and share with the world.
Okay, Director Feifei, how about some comment?
我觉得韩国它的确给我们一个很好的示范，就是怎么把影视文化带到全世界。然后我想分享是，我一开始看鱿鱼游戏，我也觉得还好啊，就是为什么会这么红？但就是看到最后就发现，它其实都在讲一个很普世，就是人性的东西。然后那个东西，人性的各个面向其实都会影响到全世界。然后在台湾，我其实觉得 台湾有很多很丰富的民间习俗啊，或是鬼怪的故事，它其实也是很包含很多人性的面向。然后我觉得这也是台湾创作者可以在多多发扬的地方，是一个故事的起点。然后我也觉得台湾它有个很棒的地方，就是它其实是可以很自由的讲你任何想要讲的东西。对，然后这我也是觉得台湾在影视上蛮优势的地方，就是大家一起努力这样子。
I think the Korean content actually demonstrates how we can bring the Asian contents to the world. And I have to admit that at the beginnings when I watched Squid Games, I don't understand why it's so popular. But in the end, I understand it's actually about humanity. It's something very universal. And I think in Taiwan, we also have some very interesting customs or cultures that we can use it as a foundation or as a starting point of our stories. And one of the best things of being in Taiwan is that we have the freedom. We don't have censorship. We don't have any taboo. We can actually tell what kind of stories, whatever stories we want to tell. So that's another good part of being in Taiwan.
Yeah, it's interesting you say the last point. It's something other people have mentioned. Taiwan is known as a very free place in Asia. I believe it was the first place that allowed gay marriage. Therefore, it has rather large amount of actually LGBTQ films. Again, it's interesting here. We have I just picked the shorts. I don't know the director's a girl or boy, but now looking, we have 3 girls even in this panel. So just simply from my perspective, the story was interesting. I don't care, the sex or from the director. So I think that's definitely true. The other point, some of you kind of mentioned in that you are interested in showing Taiwan to the world. So my last question for everybody will be, do you feel like you're an ambassador, or do you feel like you have responsibility to be an ambassador of Taiwan? And you've also mentioned the breadth, the broadness of Taiwanese society. Do you feel you're an ambassador of that to the rest of the world? Maybe Leonard, you want to just translate the question, then I'll pick the director.
OK，所以那这一次的话，其实刚才有提到说，我们这次的很多不同的内容，然后呢，导演也是男女性比例其实比例比我们想象中的还要均衡，这是非常好的一件事情。那最后也要提醒的是，刚才也要想请问导演各位导演的是，现在台湾有这么多多元文化，这么多不同的丰富特质，各位身为台湾的创作者，会不会觉得自己要作为台湾的代言人，帮台湾发声，让更多人看到台湾的文化呢？
Okay, so since we're talking about breaking stereotypes, for this question, I'm going to break a stereotype and I'm going to go boys first. So, Director Po Yu, you're up.
Sure. I think that carrying the responsibility of telling the story happen in Taiwan is the main thing I focus on. It doesn't. I wouldn't say I want to show only good things or only good value in from Taiwan. Because that kind of will limit my imagination. I think the story always has an antagonist. So as long as the story is attracting and the character is attractive, and I think that will help the culture be delivered and the land and the society, the nation be seen from the whole world. So I think the main focus I will do is make my story happen in Taiwan and merge the culture into my story, and that's good enough. And the other things I will left the audience to feel and let them think, and we can discuss.
Okay, Director Vicky, how about you? Do you feel you're an ambassador for Taiwan?
我不会把我不会把这个要宣扬台湾这件事当成我的责任，因为我觉得能被其他人看到都是运气，所以我还是会喜欢做很多有关台湾的影片，但是我认为它不一定是非得是成为一个责任，因为它是一种就是我想把我的生活告诉大家，或者说把我所见所闻在台湾有关的一切都想告诉人，但是不一定是 一定就是我要抱着说，我要给全世界都看到为什么台湾怎样，然后台湾多好。但是我是觉得就是一个机遇，让你可以认识台湾这样。
I won't take that as a responsibility. I just want to tell my stories and stories that I'm interested. But if it happens in Taiwan, so it's related to Taiwan. And I just hope that if we're being lucky, then people will get to see these stories and be started to be interested or be curious about this place called Taiwan.
Okay, Director Fei Fei, do you feel you're an ambassador of Taiwan and Taiwan's diverse culture and people?
我觉得影像它其实就是一个很好传递文化跟传递台湾价值的方式，但是我也不会觉得我要变成那个大使，就是我觉得大家都在说故事，就是如何把一个故事好好的说完，然后在这个故事底下，它有很多的文化的含义跟世界观，然后也许这就是我们现在能够做到的事情，就是怎么样创作一个大家全世界都被吸引的故事，然后也可以同时让大家看到台湾，而不是把看到台湾摆第一个。我觉得它是借由故事来让大家认识台湾的一个很好的方式。
I will probably not put that pressure on myself, but I think that visual language is a good way to communicate our values and also our cultural essence. So I think that I would probably not prioritize showing Taiwan as the motivation to tell the stories, but I hope that by telling the stories, people will get to see some interesting parts or interesting aspects of Taiwan.
Okay, Director Danchi, by the way, I see one person willing to be the ambassador and two not so much. So your vote can change. I'm kidding. Tell the truth.
OK， 我觉得作为一个创作者，作品如果能够把台湾的文化更推向世界，绝对是非常开心，而且一定是在创作过程中在下面的其中一个想要做到的事情。可是如果讲到责任，我觉得更大的责任可能是我们这个世代的台湾人怎么先认识自己，因为那样子讲出去的创作才是真诚的，而这个真诚它就会有共感，可以到全世界。就是我自己觉得，好像是要台湾现在的这个时刻是应该要先更认识自己。然后你看，像在美国，其实大家就会说啊，李安之后就你不知道什么台湾导演。然后你在欧洲影展就会说，可能蔡明亮啊，或等等这些大导演之后，其实或侯孝贤导演就后面就没有人。我觉得其实是我们这一代的人怎么先找到自己的声音，我觉得这是一个比较大的责任，他自然应该会产出更好的创作。对。
So I think as a creators, showing Taiwanese culture may be one of the underlying factor or objectives they want to do. But I think for ourselves, it's important for us at the moment to learn about ourselves, to understand ourselves, and if that we can understand who we really are, and then we can tell the stories that can resonate and connect with people around the world. For people in America, they may be saying like, who's the next one after Anne Lee? Or in Europe, they may be asking, who's the next one after Tsai Ming-liang or He Xiaoxian? But I think for ourselves, it's important that we focus on what we try to say, and we can find our voice. Once we find our voice, we'll be more comfortable in telling who we are and our stories if it happens in Taiwan.
Okay, I kept score, but I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I had a reason to ask that question. By the way, my friend is running the Short Shorts festival in Tokyo, and actually, he was recommending a couple of the shorts in the group here today, and that's actually how I found your short. So just know that whether you intend to or not, you are ambassadors of Taiwan, because I heard about, again, I'm not going to say whose, but I heard about a couple of these shorts from my friend running the Tokyo Short Film Festival. So you are ambassadors. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that is about all the time we have for our questions. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. I think it's fantastic that you are able to come to us and participate in this call, even though we're so far away. Hopefully in the future, the next round of the Taiwan Biennial Film Festival, you can come in person. It'd be very exciting to have you in Hollywood walking on the red carpet. So we look forward to that. Any final comments from any of the? Actually, I have one comment, or sorry, one question. Do you all know each other or come across each other in the creative community, or not at all?
No.
No.
Oh, wow. So first time for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fantastic. You're always making connections, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'd like to thank the filmmakers again for participating in the panel and your thoughtful comments. We would also like to thank our sponsors of the film festival, the TAICA, the Taiwan Academy, Watch Beam, which will be the platform, and the Taiwanese United Fund here in Los Angeles. We encourage all the viewers of this Q&A with filmmakers from Shoreblocks A Relationships to watch the other fantastic content, including 8 feature films, I think it's 11 different shorts in 2 different blocks. And we also have 4 filmmaker Q&As on the features and 3 fabulous industry panels. And we encourage everybody to, again, come back to tbff2021.watchbeam.com and check out our festival. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us today. And like I said, I sincerely hope that we can see you, perhaps in Taiwan before, but maybe 2 years later in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah. Hope can be soon.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, Director Po Yu, that's a wrap.
Yeah. High five.
Yeah, high five. Okay.
So what else we are running behind, you know?
Well, it takes time to load the files to Watch Beam, right? So that goes live on the 4th. So
which one goes live on 4th? Oh yeah, on 4th.
Watch Beam goes live on the 4th.
We still have like almost 6 days.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's okay. It's a little bit slow for me to export everything, the QA. So I will do it overnight tonight.
Yeah, it's slow. It takes time. It takes hours.
Yeah, to export everything. So I will send you tomorrow morning. I think I can have every files ready, so you can upload to Watch Beam.
Okay.
And I have a question. I have a question about the. Do we get a pass for every filmmakers?
Yeah, we should. I can organize that. You know what? It doesn't matter. No, actually, sorry, it doesn't work because everything is geocoded.
Geocoded?
Yeah, there's only watchable in the United States.
Oh yeah, but if they can use the VPN, they can see it.
Yeah, don't tell me that. But yeah, I'll
but yeah,
anyway, regardless, we can get codes. I know that because we make them. We tell them what to do, right?
Okay.
So we have to make those codes, but yeah, again, don't tell me what you just told me.
Okay. Just give me and I can share with them.
Sure.
Yeah. I think that would be good for everyone can see each other's film.
Okay. The only thing I'm a little worried about, but it should be okay, is to get an answer from Hana regarding opening up the KDM.
Oh, she hasn't replied you?
No, but it's okay. So I asked her, can you open it now?
Yeah, I see the email.
I don't know her answer. Maybe she doesn't like the idea. I don't know. But I thought
they usually don't do that, right?
Yeah, they usually don't do that. I know, but I wanted to try. But maybe we need to contact her Los Angeles Sunday night.
Okay, I will let Vivian
and
know,
ask.
So
yeah, because it just makes. I know they don't want to, but it just makes it easier because then Thomas can check and blah blah blah. It's just easier. But she didn't reply yet.
Yeah, I think Thomas will check at that afternoon. I guess. I think normally projection is test before the screening.
Yeah, I know, but that afternoon is if there's a problem, it's a big problem, right?
What do you mean?
Actually, it's okay. I'm not going to jinx it.
I think at least have her open from noon will be safer for us.
But the only problem is time zone, right? Because our noon would be like 4 in the morning for her.
Yeah, but does she have to like wake up and open it?
I don't know.
thought-
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I thought it's just the password and
Again, I
she
don't
can
know.
set it up.
No, no. Actually, what I mean is, if there's a problem, how do we call, right?
I guess Vivian has the WhatsApp, her WhatsApp.
Okay.
So
So
it
as
should
long
work.
as Vivian knows that, this is a 1% chance, very, very, very small chance, right?
You mean open from now?
Well, it's just easier, right? Let's be honest, it's easier for us.
I don't know. I don't know how
We'll see. We'll see what she says. We'll see what she says. But just keep an eye on it, and then we'll chat by text or something.
Yeah.
But I think you're copied, right? I copied you on the email as well.
Yes, I got the
Yeah,
email.
okay.
So if she
Okay.
reply, I will get it.
Okay.
And by the way, the questionnaire, have you figured out with Edwin?
Actually, I think they figured out. I don't know what they're doing, but I believe they will print with a QR code.
Oh, okay.
I think
Okay,
Vivian approved that.
Yeah, she approved that, but Edwin sent an email right after she sent out the email, said it's out of his responsibility area. So he asked one of us, like me or Vivian, to do it. And Yumi, your wife, replied him, say, okay, we should talk.
Oh,
Edwin, let's talk. And I haven't heard back from you.
okay. So let me then.
Keep me updated.
Personally, I think we're overcomplicating the whole thing. But anyway, I believe the plan is to print with a QR code.
Okay.
I believe that's the plan.
Okay. Then don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, we have everybody's email. Everybody.
Oh, and Patricia, she asked me if they can get a statistic.
Yeah,
afterward.
they all want to know that.
Yeah, they can get that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Okay. And opening night is sold out now.
Wow. So it's like 266.
Yeah.
Sold out.
But the point is, we can do marketing. We can tell people in the future, sold out. Right? That's very powerful. Taiwanese Film Festival sold out in the center, in the middle of Hollywood. It's very powerful, actually. And
Yeah.
we will have all the pictures to prove it, and we will have the red carpet to prove it. It'll look fantastic.
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, can I share the QA with the director? One of them was asking me.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't see why
wondered-
not. Sure.
Okay. I just share with everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You too. All right. Bye-bye.